Imagine a person who has all the opportunities, all the resources, but still fails, just because they don't believe in themselves. Now, imagine someone with nothing, no money, no support, no privilege, yet they conquer the world, just because they believed in themselves. Self-belief is the foundation of every success story. If you don't believe in yourself, why would the world? Every great person you admire today, Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, Steve Jobs, or anyone else, had moments when the world doubted them. But they didn't let that doubt define them. Instead, they listened to the one voice that mattered most, their own. There will be times when you feel like giving up, when failures pile up, and when people around you say, "You can't do it." In those moments, the only thing that will push you forward is your belief in yourself. Think about it. The Wright brothers were laughed at when they dreamed of flying. Thomas Edison failed over 10,000 times before inventing the light bulb. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. What if they had stopped? What if they had given up on themselves? Here's the truth. Your belief in yourself is your greatest power. It can turn failures into victories, obstacles into stepping stones, and doubts into fuel for success. If you've ever doubted yourself, this video is for you. Because today, I'm going to show you real-life stories of people who faced countless failures but never lost faith in themselves, and because of that, they changed the world. Life doesn't give success to those who wait for validation from others. It rewards those who validate themselves. Think about every great achiever. Before they became legends, they were nobodies. Before they made history, they were struggling just like you. But the one thing that separated them from the rest was their unshakable self-belief. Have you ever been in a situation where you wanted to do something big, but your own mind whispered, "I don't think I can do this"? Maybe people around you discouraged you. Maybe you failed once, and now you're scared to try again. That's where most people give up. But the truth is, failure isn't the enemy, self-doubt is. Every time you stop yourself from chasing your dream just because you're afraid, you're killing your own potential. In this video, I'm going to share some of the most powerful success stories, stories of people who faced impossible odds but still won, just because they refused to stop believing in themselves. If they can do it, so can you. If they can turn failure into success, so can you. But first, you have to understand one simple truth. The world will believe in you only when you believe in yourself. So stay till the end of this video, because this might just be the message that changes your life forever. Imagine being 65 years old, broke, and rejected over 1,000 times. Most people would have given up, but not Colonel Harlan Sanders, the man behind KFC. Sanders had a simple fried chicken recipe, but he had unbreakable belief in its success. He traveled across the country, going from restaurant to restaurant, trying to convince owners to use his secret recipe in exchange for a small commission. But he was rejected 1,009 times. Think about that. If someone told you no just 10 times, you might lose motivation. But he faced 1,009 rejections and still didn't quit. Because he knew his recipe was great, and more importantly, he believed in himself. Finally, after all those rejections, one restaurant owner said yes. That single yes started the journey of KFC, which today has thousands of locations in over 150 countries. What if Sanders had given up after the 500th rejection? The 800th? The 1,008th? We wouldn't have KFC today. But he refused to stop, because he knew that as long as he believed in himself, success was only a matter of time. Rejections don't define you, your belief does. The world will doubt you. People will say no. But if you keep believing and pushing forward, success will have no choice but to come to you. There was a time when Oprah Winfrey, one of the most influential women in the world today, was told she wasn't good enough for television. Born into extreme poverty, Oprah faced abuse, rejection, and countless hardships throughout her childhood. Despite being a bright student, she constantly struggled to fit into a world that kept telling her she wouldn't succeed. At 22, she landed a job as a news anchor. It should have been her big break. But instead, she was fired because the producer said she was too emotional and not fit for TV. Imagine working so hard, dreaming so big, and then being told you're not good enough. Most people would have quit. But Oprah didn't. Instead of letting one person's opinion define her, she believed in herself and pushed forward. She took a job hosting a small talk show, where she embraced her emotions instead of hiding them, and people loved her for it. That small show turned into the Oprah Winfrey Show, which became one of the most successful talk shows in history. Today, Oprah is a billionaire, a global icon, and one of the most powerful women in the world. And the same television industry that once rejected her now celebrates her as a legend. Imagine working on an invention for years, failing again and again, 10,000 times. Most people would have quit, but not Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb. As a child, Edison's teachers called him too slow to learn. He was even expelled from school for being dumb. But his mother believed in him, and more importantly, he believed in himself. Years later, while working on the light bulb, he failed repeatedly. People mocked him, but instead of giving up, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Finally, after countless attempts, he succeeded and changed the world forever. Failure isn't the end, it's part of the journey. Edison didn't see failure as defeat, he saw it as progress. Most people give up after a few failures, but those who believe in themselves keep going. No matter how many times you fail, you are only one step away from success, but you must have the patience and belief to reach it. If Edison had quit, we might still be living in darkness. So, the next time you fail, remember, you're not failing, you're learning. Keep going, and success will be yours. People will tell you that you're not good enough. They'll say you're too different, too emotional, too weak, or too inexperienced. But remember this, their opinion does not define your future, your belief in yourself does. Oprah didn't let rejection break her. Instead, she used it as fuel to prove them wrong. You must do the same. If you believe in yourself, there is no rejection strong enough to stop you. Before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, J.K. Rowling was a struggling single mother, battling depression and living in poverty. She wrote her first book in cafes, often unable to afford heating in her small apartment. When she finished Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, she sent it to 12 different publishers. All of them rejected it. Some even said, "Children's books don't sell." Most people would have given up, but she didn't. She believed in her story and kept trying. Finally, a small publisher agreed to print it, but only 1,000 copies. Fast forward to today, Harry Potter is one of the best-selling book series in history, making Rowling the first billionaire author in the world. Rejection is not the end, it's a test of your belief. J.K. Rowling's success wasn't because she had luck, it was because she refused to quit. If people don't believe in your dream, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you believe in it. Success doesn't come to those who quit at the first no. It comes to those who knock on the 13th door when 12 have already closed. So, no matter how many times the world says no, remember, you only need one yes to change your life. Today, Disney is one of the biggest entertainment empires in the world. But did you know that Walt Disney was once fired from a job because his boss said he lacked creativity? Early in his career, Disney worked at a newspaper, but his editor told him he had no good ideas and fired him. Imagine hearing that when your biggest dream is to create art. Even after that, Disney started a company that went bankrupt. Yet he never gave up. He kept believing in his vision and created Mickey Mouse, which changed his life forever. Now, Disney's empire includes theme parks, movies, and billions in revenue. No one else can define your potential. Only you can. Walt Disney was fired for being uncreative, yet he built a company that shaped the entertainment industry forever. People will doubt you, criticize you, and try to convince you that you can't make it. But their words only have power if you believe them. Instead, believe in your own vision, because those who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. If Walt Disney had listened to his critics, Disney wouldn't exist today. So never stop believing in yourself. Every great success story has one common element, an unshakable belief in oneself. Whether it was Colonel Sanders, Oprah Winfrey, Thomas Edison, J.K. Rowling, or Walt Disney, they all faced rejection, failure, and criticism. The world told them they weren't good enough. Society tried to break them. But instead of giving up, they chose to believe in themselves. And that one decision changed their lives forever. Now, let me ask you, what do you believe about yourself? Do you let failures define you? Do you allow rejections to discourage you? Do you believe the negative voices around you, or do you trust yourself? Because here's the truth, the world will always doubt you until you prove them wrong. No one will believe in your dreams at first. People will laugh, criticize, and tell you to be realistic. But you know what? Every person who changed the world was once called unrealistic. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent, luck, or resources. It's belief. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. But if you do, no force in this world can stop you. So, what should you do next? Stop seeking validation from others. You don't need anyone's approval to chase your dreams. Embrace failure. Every failure is just another step toward success. Learn from it, grow from it, but never let it stop you. Ignore the doubters. People will always have opinions, but their words don't define your future. Your actions do. Take action. Believing in yourself is powerful, but belief without action is useless. Start today. Work hard. Keep pushing forward. Because one day, the same people who doubted you will tell your success story. The only question is, will you be the one to prove them wrong? If this video inspired you, then don't forget to like, share, and comment below about a time when you overcame self-doubt. And remember, you must believe in yourself, because if you don't, who else will?